I hate when I miss the obvious. We're back on the cabling for the TV project here. The S-Video is there. The composite is there. That's the cable box. That's all run now, and both are working fine. The composite, where I left off where it wasn't working, was simply because it was disconnected from the VCR, and the cables were just hanging there. VCR is being taken out from over there because it's not necessary anymore, and both of those are running over there. I'm going to leave the composite hanging to plug in the back of the TV to see what it actually does when that time comes, and everything else is hooked up. But the S-Video, everything else, and there's more bundle of S-Video and composite wire up in the thing there. And I said I could do this the hard way or the easy way, and the easy way is just to run it behind the TV and through the hole in the wall. But like I said, sometimes I overlook the obvious. Did you notice the big hole in the wall? Yeah, see these ducts? They just notched the fucking thing out. So just going right in there, right in between the butt crack of them, right through the wall, no problem. And then I'd be able to reach behind the air handler and grab them with a grabber, or even my hand, maybe. So problem solved. I'll do it the hard way. I mean the right way. But I still want to run cable to the backyard off of this cable box. White wire that's here is original to when I moved in the house. The guy who installed the cable, they used to come to your house to do this, actually ran that here and ran me a couple other little tidbits that I asked for, and I slipped in 20 bucks, and you know, it was a good deal like that for him doing stuff that he wasn't supposed to. But anyway, that's all there and good. So I went and I looked through my bundles and bundles of coax wire, and the only thing I could come up with are these two bundles. Everything else I have is like 6 foot in length, and that's all I got. This cable, it looks like it's been used, and this cable actually has a story. This is factory, just like that. Apparently the center conductor is bent. Oh well. So there's that. Okay, so this cable was at a home improvement store that we had in the area many, many years ago, before Home Depot and Lowe's and all that kind of stuff came in, and the place was called Pergament, and it was a home improvement center. Kind of like an Ace Hardware kind of thing, but bigger and had more outdoorsy stuff in that. I saw this cable in the store, was there with my dad, and I said, "Dad, I need this." "No, you don't. Fuck you. No way." We walked around, and I carried the cable with me, and at the last minute he decided, okay, fucking fine. And he bought it for me. Well, if I used it, that's great. It looks like it has been. It's definitely yellowed. So we got that going for it. But otherwise, I just can't seem to find a use for this. Like I said, all the cables I found were either way too short, or way too long, or even way too longer. So I am forced to make my own cable. This is where bad decisions in your life pay off in spades later on. What happened was, when Joe moved in to his house a number of years ago, he ran cable all over his house, and he wanted to get the nice connectors for the cable wire. At the time, they were using these guys, compression fit connectors. There's a special tool you need for that, and of course those connectors. So Joe and I decided that we'd split it. Well, guess who has the tool and the connectors? Right, so I can't use that, and the price that I paid, half of it, paid for his half of it. Good for me. So there's your poor decisions paying off later on in life. I should have just bought it and had him borrow it forever, and at least it would still be mine and I could just take it. But now it's kind of like, whose actually is it, and that. So I don't have the option of that. I never really mastered crimping those on. It's a whole mess the way you have to strip the wire to get it to work. But I do have a screw-on F connector. And this one is in particular very, very special. I'll show you why. Here is a clip from a very old video of XJO81X's. I think it's called JK18's House of Fun. We'll have to see. So I'll put a clip of that in here now.
So this is Jay's coax connector he let me borrow. So once in a while we play jokes. Once in a while. I don't like to play a lot of jokes because I don't want the joke played on me. So what we do is I don't play jokes. But I have to give this back to him. I can't just put it here because the cats are going to knock it around and that's not fair. The first thing that comes to mind is I wonder if I could step on that. Well, we'll find out. JK18. Here is your coax cable. Let's see, put it over there. Alright, he'll probably stay there because Jay's a little rickety in his old age. He won't be able to step up on that. Jay says to let the pussies eat the fucking can. Oh, you pussy. And then he says put the food in there. Put the food in there. Oh, look, I could touch the pussy. Oh, the pussy, pussy. I like the pussy, pussy. Pussy, pussy, pussy. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. Subscribe to JK18's channel. We don't go in there that kind. And, Jay, there's your cable connector.
Yep. I finally, after all those years, climbed up there and got that fucking connector. Thanks, Joe. Now I knew where it was. Actually, I know where the rest of them that I have are. It just never, you know, this seemed to be the right time to go get it. So anyway, this cable was from Pergament, and I don't want to cut it. This one my dad gave me. Where it came from, I don't know. How long is it? 50? Maybe 50 foot. I don't know. It's thicker, like better, higher quality, different RG6, RG59. Whatever they use now. I don't even know what this is. It's marked. It's upside down. I can't read it. Does it say? Is it a different kind? 18 gauge. Okay, that's the kind they use now. 18 gauge. I don't know. Where he got this from, no idea. Doesn't matter. All of my quote-unquote home runs of cable are done in this house, so I don't need one this long. Hate to cut it just in case, but I mean, I even have cable run out to the garage, so the chances of anything happening, unless I eventually get a shed, you know, fuck it, I'll just, I was going to say I'll buy some cable. No, I'm an idiot. Up in the loft in the garage, I have a huge spool of coax that I can put connectors on, and I can make my own cable. Way too much of a pain in the dick to get that down now. Way too much. But when it comes down to a big, big, big project like that, then that's what we're going to do when it comes down to it, because when you save $1, you can save a lot more bucks. So this black wire that's kind of hanging way too low is the cable wire that goes to the backyard, and that runs through everything over here and goes to my 8-way splitter, and every fucking one of those is filled. Wait, it gets better. There's also a splitter on the outside of the house, maybe a 4-way, and that's all filled too. Yeah, cable is run fucking everywhere. Too bad that they became complete scumbags and made you pay for everything. It's a shame. See this hanging one over here? This was supposed to be a loop through to the outside splitter. In other words, the cable is supposed to come into the house, split back out, and go back outside to that splitter. The reason for that was this box. And the plan at the time, this is one of those old projects that I thought about but never did, was to put security cameras. They were all using composite at the time. There was no H digital or 1080 LMNOP or any of that crap, or 2K, 4K, 655,386K. It didn't exist. Okay, it was just plain old 480i, and that's what you had. That is a frequency agile modulator. You can input 3 composite sources. S-video, I don't remember, but 3 composite sources, and it will transmit each one of those out to a different cable channel over analog cable TV. The plan was to inject that, while we still had analog cable, inject that onto the line, and then, you know, front door camera could be channel 96 and back door would be 97. I don't know, just making up numbers. And then the third one was going to be a weather station looking thing, so you could flip the weather on the TV at any time, and it would be available amongst every TV in the house simply by tuning to those same channels. Was an excellent idea, and I got fucked because technology. So that's that. So now we're going to have an open hole there, because not this front black one, but there's one behind, which is the backyard one. And that has to simply run along the ceiling, over in here, and somewhere right in there, if you can tell, there's a wire. That is the basement cable wire feeding the cable box. So it doesn't have that far to go, but even the shorter, more yellowed cable I have is too short. So not really going to show you this. I'm just going to get it done. So let's go and do that, and then see if I can get a picture outside and how bad it's going to be. Had to donate blood to the project? I did not expect that was coming. That's weird. Anyway, it's not serious. Here's the wire. It is the wrong wire and the wrong connector. That's why it's got a little stuff sticking out. It's a little crooked. It's not the best job I've ever seen, but should get the job done, I'm hoping. Anyways, I'll straighten the center pin a little bit in it. Sticking out just far enough, just right. Over here is the black wire. I stole the little coupler from this wire that was a little longer with its little pigtail, only because it was handy. And that runs up around here through the labyrinth. There are now 2 cables in there. It runs all the way down, and I've just stuck it through that hole because the cable box is up there. But now all I need to do is connect that end to the cable box, and it's going to be mounted further down there eventually. But this gives me another, what, 2 feet, 3 feet of slack that I can pull through after I connect up to that cable, and it'll just kind of be a little loop there. And I'll hook that up, and we'll go outside, see if it doesn't work. Okay, I'm using this little guy because it's handy and it'll work. This is the TV that's out here. It does turn on, but I think the tuner on it is fucked. So it's not worth playing with it for another unknown, just as a test. I have the remote for this thing. We'll turn it on. It lit up. That's good. And it's on AV. We'll try typing in 03. No, I guess we got to go to the menu. Is that there? Yeah, TV. Oh, dick. It friggin' works. Nice. That is awesome. Oh, that is absolutely awesome. It's a commercial now. I think Press Your Luck is on, so I'm just going to stop until the show comes back just so I can show you that indeed, I mean, it's receiving something. It's just a Medicare commercial, so. Yep, there you go. It friggin' works. Love that kind. Obviously, I can't really show you any more of that because Neil So we'll just have to turn that off. I'll test the TV just to see. We can definitely turn it on. That much I know. I never had a remote. This is, by the way, an Eon. It was made eons ago. Digital remote tuning. Power. It said O2 or something, and why it just has a blank, because it's composite and that, I don't know. Let me plug it in, see if I can, and we'll test it. So I have to cantilever it out, and I'm looking, and there's no input. It's very strange. I was looking right above where those composite cables go in, and I'm saying, did it break off from there? No, I'm just an idiot. It's up here. It's up here instead. So there's the cable wire. Screwed in. It's rusty. It's dirty. It's terrible. I went around. I poked some buttons. I did some stuff. Hit the power button.
Oh, whammies, oh, whammies. Stop.
Stop at 470, that's 40.
It friggin' works! I don't need to do anything more! That is awesome! I don't need to change TVs or do anything. I didn't know that that worked. I was under the impression the tuner on this thing didn't work, but it does. Only weird thing is the speaker is on the side. There is a headphone jack, so it's got that going for it. But still not sorry I brought the little flat panel out just to test. So there, TV to the screen room. Of course, the question you've been asking the entire video is, what if you want to change the channel, Jay? You gotta go to the basement and choose the channel you want and stick with that program, is all I can tell you. And if you want to change the channel, you gotta go inside. Not much different than what we did years ago when you had the two dials on the TV and you had to get up and walk to it, except this is a lot farther and down a flight of steps. But it's there, and it'll work. So, not the worst thing in the world. IR blaster. Does anybody have one they could send me? That would be awesome, because then I could do that. Of course, this would have to be on whatever the basement TV is on, but chances of somebody watching down there and out here and wanting to watch different channels at the same time, too bad. There's only so much I can do while being cheap at the same time. But the TV works. It gets the picture. It's all there. And that cable job is done. Excellent. I am absolutely jazzed. That is completely awesome that that all works. So that job is done. I'll tidy up the wires, of course, put the TV back and that. Then I got to run Ethernet over to the TV area. And then I think we're pretty much ready to put the set back up there. Getting close. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like. Make sure you click subscribe. And take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.